Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to knit this hat. It's made with 3 colors. It's very easy to make, and here is the video. This is the 3 colors yarn that I'm gonna use for the hat. This one is purple and it's Red Hat Comfort. This one is Red Hat Super Saver in white and Red Hat Super Saver in chocolate brown. This one I use a lot. Like you see, it's almost halfway. Sometimes people ask me the amount of yarn that I use for a project, and sometimes I don't know what to say because, like you see, I buy this big ball of yarn. The 3 of them were 681 meter, so it's a lot of them. 396 gram each ball. You can use any 3 colors that you like. I'm gonna use these 3, but it's up to you the color you're gonna use. It's very easy hat to make. Any beginner can make it as long as they follow my instruction. And the needle I'm gonna use is this circular needle. They are 6 millimeters. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissor for cutting. Okay, let's start with our hat. We're gonna start with the white yarn. I'm gonna start with this small that I used before. That's what I have left for one of those big ball of yarn. We're gonna leave a little tail and we're gonna wrap our yarn on our hook 30 times, or in our needle. We're gonna cast 60 stitches, so we're gonna wrap 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm gonna continue off camera, and remember, wrap around 30 times. Here I have my 30 time wrap around my needle. I'm gonna pull it out like this, and I'm gonna divide it like this. I'm gonna hold it right here, and I'm gonna measure exactly the same amount of yarn. Grab it there, and that's the tail I'm gonna leave for the casting on. Now I'm gonna grab our needle. It's a little difficult to work with this long with a cable like this, but this is the one that I have. I'm gonna wrap around my 2 fingers the yarn like that. I'm gonna grab my needle and pass it through here and twist my wrist a little bit and grab that one here and pass it through that little hole there. I'm gonna remove my thumb and pull the yarn. Like that we cast the first stitch. Now it will be easier. You grab this one here and twist your hand again, and you're gonna grab this one here and pull it through there. Move your thumb and pull, and you have your second stitch. You're gonna grab it again here, twist a little bit. You see, when you twist a little bit between those 2 and the thumb, you're gonna see the yarn that you're gonna grab, the tip of your needle, and you pull, and you have the third. You're gonna do the same. Grab, twist, grab that one, let go, and pull. Like that you're going to cast 60 stitches on your needle. So I meet you here when I have my 60 stitches. Here I finish. I'm going to tie a little double knot. That way that stitch is secure but not too tight. That way it's easy to work with. I did a double knot. Now we're going to do 2 knit and 2 purl. I'm going to pass my first ones without working, and I'm going to do a knit in that one. I'm going to pass my yarn to the front, and I'm going to do a purl. Like that we're going to work this part of the hat. I'm going to show you one that I made. I did a video in Spanish, and it will be a hat just like that one, what we're making. And this is the brim of the hat, and it's 2 knit, 2 purl. You can do one by one, like 1 knit, 1 purl, but I'm doing 2 knit and 2 purl. This is the hat that I did in the video in Spanish. The yarn that I used was white, the chocolate, blue, and those three colors, and it will look really nice. And that is exactly the same that we're doing with purple this time. I'm gonna continue. We're working on this side of the hat at the 6th row of 2 knit and 2 purl, and that's what we're working right now. We're gonna continue with my 2 knit and 2 purl all the way to the end, so I'll meet you here at the end of this row. Like this. Here I am about to finish the first row. I'm gonna finish with 2 purl. I started with 2 knit and I finish with 2 purl. You're gonna turn your work around, and when you look at your work, you have to start with 2 knit again. I'm gonna pass my first one and knit the next one and purl the next 2. Like that, we're gonna do this row and 4 more for a total of 6. Some people like this a little thinner, you can do less. If you like a little wider, you can do more row. It's up to you. It's incredible that I learned, my mother taught me many years ago. With somebody made her a pair of needle with bicycle forks, and that's how I learned to knit. Because in my country we don't have knitting needles, and that's how I learned. And when I learned, I don't knew they're gonna be teaching other people how to do it too. And it's my pleasure to help. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know and I will help as much as I can. You're gonna continue this all the way to the end, so you will come back exactly the same, and I will meet you here when we have 6 row of 2 knit and 2 purl. This is a very easy hat to make. Like this. Here I finished my 6th row. Now I'm gonna do 4 row of knit. In the right side, that will be 1 knit, 1 purl. This is the right side. I'm gonna do this row all of knit, and I will come back with a row of purl. Just like this, you're gonna do this first row. I'm planning to do one of these hats for adult after I finish with this tutorial for an adult size. So I'll meet you here at the end of this row number 1. I finished the first row with the row of knit. Now this row is a row of purl. Just like this. We're doing 4 row with the white. So we'll do this row of purl. We're gonna do a row of knit and another row of purl. I will meet you there when we finish those 4 rows. Remember, this is row number 2, and it's a purl. Do 1 on knit and another on purl. Sorry if I repeat myself a couple of times, but I like those beginners to understand what we're doing here. Just like this. Now I finished those 4 rows. Now I'm going to change color. I'm going to use my chocolate brown. And I'm going to start with a row of net. With the brown we're going to do 2 rows. 1 net and 1 purl. I'm holding the white there, that way those first 2 stitches are not too loose. Now let go and I continue. Later on I will tie those 2 tails together to make that first stitch nice and secure. Okay, we're going to do 1 net, 1 row net and 1 row of purl with this color. So I will meet you here at the end when we go turn around to do the purl row. Like this you're going to continue with this row. I'll meet you here at the end. I finished my row of net. Now I'm going to do my row of purl. Just like this. After we finish this row of purl, we're going to do a knit row with the next color, with the third color that you choose. Mine is the purple. Yours will be whatever you decide to use for your hat. You can use any 3 color combination you like, or 2, because you can do these 2 rows of 1 color and then the next one can be of the main color of the hat. It's amazing the temperature change, and here yesterday was minus 33 Celsius and today is minus 3. It did like a 360 the temperature. So I'll meet you here at the end of this row. Now we're going to change to the next color. I did a little knot there, that way I secure those tail. Now we're going to work with the next color. You're going to start with the row on net. And with this one, it's only 1 row that we are doing. After you finish with this row on net, you're going to change color. You're going to go with the next color, this color that you used here before. I used the chocolate brown. And you're going to do 2 rows, 1 row of purl and 1 row on net. And just like this, we're going to do this row. 1 row of net. I finished with that row of net. And now we're going to change color and we're going to do a row of pearls. Let me pull the purple. Just like that. Now you can let them go and work your row of purl. We're going to do this row of purl with this color and 1 row on net. We're going to cut our yarn and start with the white, and we're going to do 3 rows with the white, and then we're going to change the color again. So I'll meet you here when I finish these 2 rows. 1 row of purl and 1 row on net. Now I'm going to start with the white again, and I'm going to do 3 rows. We're going to start with a row of purl. We're going to do a row on net and a row of purl. Like this. I'm going to pull my white. So I'll meet you here when I have those 3 rows of white. And then we'll change the color again. I finished my 3rd row with the white. Now I'm going to change color and I'm going to do a row of purple. I'm going to hold the white, that way it's nice and tight. And now I'm going to do 1 row of purl. Just 1 row with this color. We're going to do 1 row of purple, 1 row of the chocolate brown, and 1 row of purple. Just like what we did here on the hat, we're doing this row now. This one here. You see? Just like that. If you like, you can do a row of brown and the purple in the middle, and another row of brown, but I like it like this. So I will meet you here when I finish with those 3 rows. Remember, this is a row of net. You're going to do it with the purple, or the color that you put in the middle here. And you're going to do, after that, 1 row of purl. And you're going to do it with the color that you did these ones here. And then after that, you're going to change again. I'm going to do 1 row of net of the color that you're putting here. And then from there, we'll do 3 rows of white. And we do another one just like this, to make just the design that we have in here. You see, these 2 are the same in here, and with this one in the middle. So I will meet you here when I finish this row. Now we're going to change color again, and we're going to do 1 row of purl with the chocolate brown. Just like this. And you're going to do this row of purl, and you're going to do 1 row of net with the purple. So I will meet you here when I finish those 2 rows. 1 net, 1 purl and 1 net with the 2 different colors. I finished with the purple here. Now I'm going to start with the white again. And this time we're going to do 3 rows with the white. After, I will tie the 2 tips of the tails there together, the purple and the white. Okay. You're going to do 1 row of purl, this one, 1 row of net, and 1 row of purl with the white. And then we're going to change color, and we're going to do exactly what we did with the first change of color here. 2 rows of the chocolate brown, 1 row of the purple, and 2 rows of the chocolate brown, and then we start doing the top of the hat to start the decrease. I'll meet you here when I finish my 3 rows of white. Remember, it's this row purl, one row net, and one row of purl. Here I finished with the white. Now we're gonna start with our chocolate brown. We're gonna do 2 rows, one row net and one row purl. After that, we're gonna change to the purple, do 1 row on net, and then we're gonna change to the chocolate brown, and we're gonna do 1 row purl and 1 row on net. We're doing the same motif here and here. This one we're repeating in here. So I'll meet you here when we finish those rows, when we start working with the white. I finished with the brown. Now we're going to change to the white, and we're going to do 5 rows with the white before we start doing our decrease. So you're going to do 5 rows, starting with the row of purl. And you're going to end with a row of purl. So I'll meet you here when we have our 5 rows of white, and then we'll start with the decrease. I finished the 5 rows of stitches with the white. Now we're gonna do a decrease, and it's netting 2 stitches at a time, like this, grabbing 2 at a time. And when we finish this decrease, we're gonna end with 30 stitches on our needle. And this little part is a little more difficult because you have to grab this first one here, and when you try to pull that one is tighter because this one is here. You got to go under. You see, this one pull, this one tight. That's why. There you go. And you have to help some time with your hand. So you're gonna do this row knit 2 at a time, just like this. I'll meet you here at the end when we finish this row on net. And remember, you have to have here 30 stitches. Here I finished my row knit. I have 30 stitches. Now I'm gonna do a row purl, and I'm gonna do the same. Purl 2 at a time. We're gonna finish this row with 15 stitches on our needle. Just like this. This row is a little easier because we are working through the first one that is loose. So I'll meet you here when I have my 30 stitches. My 15 stitches. We're working on our 30. I finished here that row of purl. Now we're gonna do the same but with the net row. We're gonna net 2 at a time. And this is the last row that we're doing for our hat. We're gonna end with 8 stitches on our needle. We're decreasing on 14 and leaving the last one just as a single net. So I will meet you here when I have my 8 stitches on my needle, just like this. Here I'm knitting my last 2 together, just like this. And we have one left, and we're gonna knit that one. Now we have 8 stitches on our needle. We're gonna cut our yarn, and like I always say, it's better to cut long enough and not enough. You know, sometimes you cut something and then you wish you had cut a little extra. So cut a little extra here, because now we're gonna sew the hat with that tail. You're gonna grab your tapestry needle to sew the hat. You're gonna grab your hat, you're gonna put it facing you like this, and you're gonna pass the needle through here and through all those 8 stitches. Just like that, and you're gonna move your needle. Now you pass it through and pull tight. I always like to put it twice through. Go back again and pass it through one more time, through all those 8 stitches. And pull tight. And that little circle will be nice and secure. Now we're gonna start sewing the side of the hat. You see, we're almost finished. Look how nice it looks already. And we're gonna sew it in a zigzag pattern. You're gonna grab from this side one, and now you go to the other side. Make sure that you sew evenly, that way you have a nice even seam on here. I'm gonna sew and lose all those tails that I have left over from all those other yarn, and I will show you the end result. Okay? Here we have the end result. You will end up with a hat like this. The hat will fit around 1.5 years old to around 4. It's a big enough hat, and a stretch 4.5 maybe. Well, I hope you like it. Give it your thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and have a great day.